Ariel. I'm here for your love reading today. Today's reading is for the sign of Aries. We're going to start with you as the very first sign of the zodiac. We're going to jump right in. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the Major Arcana deck. So this only has Major Arcana cards in it. This is going to be an overall general theme that we'll come back to at the end of the reading to see how it all ties in. So this is a love reading. This is not a personalized reading. So this is going to have some messages that resonate for you and some messages that don't. The ones that do, we're going to hold on to, and the ones that don't, we're going to leave for somebody else, because we are creating a sense of community here with a lot of different zodiac signs. Remember that it's not just your sun sign that matters. The best thing to do is to get a birth chart map so that you're able to really understand the depths of how, your astrological roadmap operates, because it's your sun, it's your moon, and it's your rising signs that are the most important. One of my business partners does do incredible personalized hour and a half long birth chart readings. And if you'd like that information, please reach out with the link below and we can certainly get you hooked up with that. But you can also find them online as well. Okay, so the first card to come out for you, Aries, is the Wheel of Fortune. So I'm going to put that right here. I do happen to know, because I am very much into astrology, that for Aries as a collective, like big money is coming your way. The Wheel of Fortune often talks about that. In a love reading, it can talk about luck coming your way in the way of love. We're going to start off right now with a few relationship tarot cards here. So these are actually oracle cards. So we're going to pull out 5 cards and see what some of the messages that are coming through for you are. These are for Aries. These are for Aries, and these are just messages to help us understand the energies that you are currently dealing with. The first card we have is playing games. You don't need to play games to keep the right one interested in you. And that is a really good reminder for everyone. I hate playing games personally. I think that in any kinds of relationships, friendships, platonic, romantic, whatever it might be, I think playing games is like extending the time period that you're wearing a mask, and it's useless and it does nothing for anybody. Okay, so the next one. We've got someone who's got unresolved feelings from your past that make you resentful towards others. So pent-up anger, okay? This could be some like inner childhood wound type stuff, right? That it might just be a reminder that you need to work on that for yourself. Ambivalent. You say you want a lover, but you're not all in. Take time to figure out what you want. So I'm getting a feeling that this might be either the person that you are dealing with, which we call a cross-watcher, if that's who you are watching and you're not an Aries, or it could be the Aries that's watching this. So somebody who's sort of ambivalent to the idea of true love. Staying stuck. You keep repeating old patterns. It's time to try something new. And this person's sort of going down this like web, this tunnel web. Staying stuck. And stuck in the past. Okay, so let go of your ex completely so you can truly welcome new love into your life. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bottom of the deck, we have rushing. You can hurry love. The right one is coming in perfect divine timing. Sorry, you can't hurry love. The right one is coming in divine timing. So we all love hearing about divine timing. I'm sure if you watch other tarot channels, you feel the same way every time that I watch a tarot channel and I hear about divine timing. I know we all need to work on patience. God's timing is never off, right? It's like we want things instantaneously. We live in the world of Amazon where, you need socks and they're here tomorrow. Love doesn't work that way. Love requires patience. It's reminding us that, right now there may be some feelings of ambivalence and some feelings of being stuck. Something that's going on in the past here for you. Let's tap into that. What's going on in Aries' past that's got them feeling like, who played games or what's going on here? Very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now or it comes to you soon. So, okay. We've got privileged lady. We have free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. And that came just under ambivalent. What comes under staying stuck to clarify? Trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith. Stuck in the past. What is stuck in the past for Aries? Unrequited love. Okay. And at the bottom of the deck, we have judication. Oh, here we go. We've got judications. That's like a courthouse. I mean, that card can talk about fair outcomes. It can talk about divorce. It can talk about separation. It can talk about coming together. It can talk about legal matters. It can talk about a lot of different things. I need to clarify some of this so that I understand better what's going on here. But what I am gathering so far is that we have a situation where there's something that happened in the recent past. You felt like some games were involved. That, maybe you were in a situation where you felt like things were lacking. The person that you were with, it was sort of unrequited. So maybe they were more into you than you were into them. Maybe perhaps you were more into them than they were into you. Let's pull on the tarot here and get some messages to clarify the story, and then I will choose other cards to clarify as well. So let's see here. In the recent past, we have the Six of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Five of Wands. In the current energy, we have the Three of Wands, the Tower, and the Death card. And in the upcoming future energy, we have the Eight of Wands, the Strength card, and the Six of Swords. We're going to clarify these in a moment. In the recent past, I have a feeling here that, your intuition, something about your intuition telling you that there wasn't a full sense of reciprocity. Reciprocity is when two people are giving to each other equally, and that can have to do with, financial things. That can have to do with love, right? So one person might be more in love with the other person, or one person might be giving financially to the relationship more than the other person, and there's just some sort of unfair balance that led to some sort of conflict here. Or a feeling of competition, or just like a feeling of just in general, like your intuition is telling you that like the reciprocity wasn't equal in the past with this particular person. You may have been the person that wasn't being reciprocal. Maybe the other person was putting in a lot more effort than you were, or vice versa. So all of these energies can be interchanged, right? You've got to use your discernment and your own intuition as you go through the tarot card reading with me to decide what is specifically going on for you. I'm just giving you what the messages that are coming through are saying. But it is your participation that actually helps you to strengthen your intuition, strengthen your discernment, and get the messages that are most important for you to have and receive. So in the current energy, we have Three of Wands, the Tower, and Death. So this talks about, you feeling like you need to expand. You're over it. There's something about this that's like the Tower is coming. You want a rebirth. You want some sort of transformative change. And the universe is agreeing with you. It's so funny. When I get these messages, my nose always starts to itch. I hear a lot of funny things that happen to tarot readers. And when I started doing readings for others, I realized like that's a tick that I have that I never thought I would have, because I don't have it when I'm doing readings for myself. In any event, my nose is itching. So I feel like there's definitely something here about expansion, about moving forward, about saying, look, that didn't work out, but I feel like it's time to shake things up. I'm ready for a new beginning and a rebirth in some way. As a love reading, I'm ready for this feeling of being stuck to end. I'm ready to like let go of this anger that it didn't work out, or a feeling of this person was playing games with me. I don't want to be stuck in the past anymore. And in the coming near future, we've got excitement. We've got Eight of Wands, communication, movement. We've got Strength, which is power, courage, self-belief, and Six of Swords, which talks about moving towards calmer waters, transitioning, moving into a better, healthier connection and healthier just relationship with ourselves, maybe with others. So let's clarify this really quick. Let's clarify the Six of Pentacles in the recent past. So this lack of reciprocity that was here. You may have been dealing with an earth sign. So you may have felt like, look, in the recent past, I felt like I was always the one putting forth the effort, or the earth sign was the one that was always putting in the effort. And you, if you really sit down and truly ask yourself, What's the truth here? You weren't putting forth as much effort as that person was. The High Priestess, which talks about your intuition and wisdom. And it also talks about, like some sort of sense of mystery. We've got the Queen of Wands, which is one of the sexiest queens in the tarot. She definitely represents fire energy. She could be male or female. This could be also seen as the King of Wands, right? But the Queen of Wands definitely knows what she wants, how to get it, and is a very, very attractive queen. She can be a little materialistic at times. She can be a little superficial at times. She can be like, you know what? I know that I can get whatever I want because I'm fire, right? So Queen of Wands, in that came over the High Priestess. So just sort of knowing, right, that like whoever it is that you were dealing with, again, Pentacles, clarifying, Queen of Pentacles to the Six of Pentacles, reciprocity, giving, equal give and take. That's what a Queen of Pentacles does. A Queen of Pentacles gives and expects the same in return. We've got High Priestess with the Queen of Wands saying, my intuition tells me I'm better than this and I don't deserve anything less than what I deserve, which is, quite frankly, a very empowering energy to have. And if you don't have that, it's encouraging you to see things in that light because it's telling you you are Queen of Wands energy. Extremely attractive. Five of Wands, conflict, competition, right? So some sort of either internal battle or outward sort of headbutting with the person that you were in relationship with, and clarifying that as the Ten of Cups. So one or both of you thought that this, originally felt like a Ten of Cups sort of relationship, which is the happiest, you could possibly be. Ten of Cups is like the house, the dog, the kids, if that's what you want, the all your things, dreams, and wishes coming true. And it can be a little bit of a delusional energy if it's not supported by a true, strong foundation. And in the current energies right now with the Three of Wands, so expansion, growth, feeling like you want to, like you need more. We've got King of Swords that talks about power and truth, right? The King of Swords is represented as this beautiful blue-eyed tiger here. And the Three of Wands is represented by these gorgeous whales. Whales tend to lean on their community. They're known to be creatures that travel in their pods and communicate with each other and teach each other things, right? So I feel like I'm getting this sense of like King of Swords cutting out whatever is no longer serving you, whomever is not meeting your standards, and leaning on that sense of community, like your ships coming in, having faith that like what you want wants you, right? And that you don't need to settle for somebody who is putting forth less effort than you are in the relationship. Or if you're the one that wasn't putting forth enough effort, the lesson here may have been, hey, if you continue to act that way, somebody has every right to cut that out, right? And be honest about how each other feels. That's being encouraged here. The coward, the nothing's an accident coward. Maybe you feel like this person is a coward, or you feel like you've been cowardice in this relationship at times because you weren't fully honest about certain things, or they weren't fully honest about certain things. Maybe this breadcrumbing situation was going on and nobody was really being honest about how they felt about it. To clarify the Tower, we've got the Judgment. So that talks about reflection, hope, and liberation. So when the Tower comes, it's really the universe saying like, hey, shaking up the foundation because it's not solid here, but have hope, right? Have reflection on what happened that made that Tower moment happen, because there's a lot of lessons to be learned there. But know that I am liberating you from something. The universe is liberating you from something that was no longer serving you. Clarifying the Death card, we have the Emperor, which is the Aries card. The Aries, typically it's, the Emperor, the Empress are interchangeable, but the Emperor is the Mac Daddy of the tarot. That is the wisest. He's all four kings wrapped into one. If it's the Empress, it's all four queens wrapped into one. It's a sense of security. It's ambition. They're entrepreneurs. They've got authority. And this is clarifying over the rebirth, change, transformation, the Death card, right? So it's saying like, I'm sick and tired of the, the old, out with the old. I'm ready to boss up and be my best version of myself. Current energy right now. King of Swords, cutting things out that no longer serve me. Judgment. I've got hope that Tower moment that's either currently happening or coming very, very shortly here soon. Or I'm in the midst of this Tower moment. My Three of Wands tells me that I can see clearly what I want next, cutting out what I don't. I've got hope for the future, and my boss energy is coming back to life. I sort of feel like, no matter what happens, I know that I can rebirth, rise like a phoenix, change. And in the coming future energy, we've got Strength, Eight of Wands to the Six of Swords, clarified by, let's just go ahead and shuffle. That one popped out. Eight of Cups. And right on top before was actually the Five of Cups, which is a very similar card. So Strength, Eight of Cups. Strength to get over whatever that heartbreak was. The Eight of Wands, which is communication, forward movement, is being clarified by the Hanged Man, which is sort of a feeling of like contemplation. It can be a feeling of sacrifice. It can be a feeling of like looking at everything from a bird's eye view, the Hanged Man, right? So saying, as I move forward, as I communicate my needs, I'm really taking a bird's eye view of like, what is it all that I need to get over from the past? What is it that I'm willing to tolerate, that I'm not willing to tolerate? What is it that are my non-negotiables, as I like to call them, in a relationship, in order for me to be able to, Six of Swords, move forward. So Six of Swords clarified by the Knight of Cups, romance, seduction, right? And idealistic. So like your ideal type, that's big love energy. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Swords. So this has to do with heartbreak. This has to do with somebody not meeting your needs. This has to do with grieving or, the loss of some sort of relationship that is no longer serving you. So as I relate these cards up here to the ones that we had originally that came out, we have Privileged Lady. Now, if you're a guy watching this, maybe you feel like the person you were with just felt like they were, very privileged. They were able to sort of not be a reciprocal partner because they deserve whatever they want and your needs come second. Maybe this is flip side. You know that you're the privileged lady and that is what's in your future, that you are an Aries woman who knows what she wants, isn't afraid to ask for it, is freeing herself from, someone or an energy or a situationship or whatever relationship that is like, something that makes you feel like you're stuck and stagnant. And you need to understand that like the universe is telling you very soon you're going to be in the type of relationship where you're not playing games, where this pent-up anger is no longer there, where this person isn't ambivalent, isn't stuck in the past. You're going to be able to trust that because it's not going to be an unrequited love type of situation. Those are really hard to be in. Unrequited love is probably one of the most like uncomfortable situations to be in, right? Because when that happens, we get feelings of rejection, and nobody likes to feel rejected. I'm going to pull 3 cards from this deck right here, which is an oracle deck, just to get a little bit more clarification. We got Change. I'll show these to you in a moment. There we go. We've got Secret Crush, and we've got Children. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we've got Thorny Rose. Karmic energy, unstable, rocky connection. All right, so this is further clarifying for me that some sort of transformation is happening for you here. You've got some sort of transformation coming in. And there is someone who is secretly watching you. Now, this could be a past person or this could be a current person that you're unaware of. This could be somebody who, wants to circle back around the block now that you feel like you're ready to move on from them. The next card we have is Children. So youthful energy, children involved, inner child. And I had said earlier that, some of this pent up energy might be something about, your inner child. We all have that inner child inside of us that holds on to things, and that if we don't choose to actively heal and to help that inner child, they can get stuck in this sort of energy of having this pent-up anger because they feel very isolated and alone, and like things from their past, whether it be their adolescence or their really young childhood, gave them trust issues and that feeling of ambivalence. Again, this could be you or this could be your person. Let's look at the future outcome here for the two of you in this situation right here. I'm going to use a different deck for our outcome. So for our outcome, I'm going to pick 5 cards here. Got 10 of Cups, Page of Wands, Devil, the Wheel of Fortune, and the 3 of Cups. Okay, so what I see happening here, Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck, is I think that what we're dealing with is 2 storylines here, actually. So we've got one group of Aries that are over this situation, seeking their 10 of Cups, ready to move on with another connection, but this person is still obsessive with you, doesn't want to let you go, but you're ready to move forward and, you know, start a fresh new relationship or focus on yourself and reconnect with your friends, and sort of kind of leave serious relationships to one side for a moment. Or I've got a group of you who this person really wants to reconcile with you, and they're a little bit delusional in their thoughts and feelings here, because one of you has got unrequited love, right? One of you is more into the other than the other is. So if it's the second vision that I'm getting here, there's somebody who feels like this is totally fixable. We can have the 10 of Cups. We can have it all. We can do a fresh start. But pages are, you know, the adolescents of the tarot. They're the youngest. They're not knights. They're not kings. They're not emperors. They're not empresses. They are literally the bottom of the totem pole. So they're bringing Page of Wands energy, thinking that's going to get them the 10 of Cups. And anytime I see the Devil with the 10 of Cups, that tells me that the 10 of Cups is sort of delusional, right? That's not really what's happening here. That person is not going to be able to obtain their 10 of Cups because they've got Devil energy behind it, which is very obsessive. It can be compulsive. It can be just not well thought out. It can be just very impulsive as well. But, you know, your final messages here are these last 2 cards that came out, which are the Wheel and the 3 of Cups, which talks about celebrations. It talks about reconnecting with your friends. It talks about possibly a reconciliation energy. But either way, with the Wheel of Fortune here, which is a very, very powerful card in the major arcana, it talks about good fortune coming your way. And let's not forget that you had the Wheel of Fortune as your very first card to come out for your reading, as your overall theme of this reading that was about to start. So we got the Wheel of Fortune twice. Again, it can have to do with money. It can have to do with luck, and have to do with good things coming your way. But the fact that it's the final card and the first card that came out in your reading today, that's exceptional. That very, very, very rarely happens, that you would have your first card and your last card in your reading be the same card. So I would take that message very, very seriously. Something in here has something to do with forward movement, with betterment, with going on and moving into greater spaces for yourself, places where you feel like you are valued and you are things are reciprocal, and this past energy is getting healed, and this 3 of Swords is, you know, we're moving on from that because nobody wants to stay in the 3 of Swords for too long. It could involve a separation of some sort, but ultimately it's saying, hey, you know what? Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck here. This is a really pretty card. Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck here. That's the most love you can pull from the tarot. That's saying that the love that you want wants you. Let's pull a couple of cards for just confirmation to see who you might be dealing with here. So as an Aries, you might be, again, dealing with a Virgo. That came out in Queen of Pentacles energy. If the sign that you're dealing with doesn't pop out here, doesn't mean it's not your reading. It's just saying, hey, maybe they're, you know, sort of in the energies of these signs, or they've got these signs strongly somewhere in their chart. That was Pisces, which is a water sign. We've got Sagittarius, which is a fellow fire sign. Let's pick out 2 more for who is Aries dealing with in love. We've got Gemini. Well, that's one of your favorite soul partners. Gemini and Aries always seem to find each other, if not in this lifetime, in the next. And then we've got Cancer. And that can either be a very tumultuous thing or a very beautiful thing. Virgo again at the bottom. So a Virgo Aries relationship can be amazing or it can be totally wackadoodle, right? Like the earth sign Virgo can be a very particular energy. They can be very privileged lady energy, right? Very, very particular about what they want. Putting up with no games. They can get stuck a little bit in the past. If you wronged a Virgo once, they're not going to forget about it. They might forgive you like 10 times, but they're never going to forget, and they're going to keep receipts for every time that you ever wronged them. This is a really fun deck. It's called the It deck, and I'm going to just pull one from here because with Aries, I feel like you guys are such a free-spirited energy. You guys will appreciate whatever comes out. It's literally, you can't make it up. You see that? That's exactly what it says. New ducking love is coming soon. So if you're in a relationship right now that is on the way out, this is telling me a new relationship is on its way in. I see here that, there's just a lot of you needing to do some clearing of your energy in order for this new relationship to come in, for this new person to come in, get into your boss girl, boss man energy. Know that lots of love is on its way. This whole feeling of restlessness, of Eight of Cups energy is going to be gone soon. And I'm going to get you a card here from the universe that is just a reminder for you because I'm being called to see. Ooh, did you get two? You did get two. Let's see what you got. I choose love no matter what. I choose love no matter what. Now I'm going to put this here next to the Wheel of Fortune, and I'm going to remind you that love, choosing love no matter what, means choosing self-love as well as just love for others, right? It's not necessarily saying like just any old love is going to do. No. It's like a very specific kind of love will do for my long-term relationship, but I choose self-love above everything else. When I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love. Again, man, love, love, love. Love is everywhere here. I'm going to put these two love cards sandwiching your Wheel of Fortune. And one last card from this deck over here is a really beautiful deck. I'm going to shuffle it one last time because I'm being called to do so. And we're going to pull this as your final card for the reading. Let's see what we got. Card for Aries, please. Thank you. Finding. Oh, this is a beautiful card. So you see she's sitting there and she's in a bubble of what? That looks like self-love to me. She is finding herself. She is the privileged lady. She knows what she needs. She knows what she wants. She knows what she's willing to put up with and what she's not willing to put up with. And she knows that she doesn't want to stay stuck. She knows that if she needs to heal her inner child, she's going to do so. She is absolutely beautiful, and she's just surrounded by glowing love and light and finding herself. So I'm going to put that right here. These are the major overall lying energies of what came out for you today in this particular tarot spread. Thank you for joining me in this reading, Aries. I will see you next time. Please like, share, and subscribe so that you know when I post next. And I am sending you nothing but love, light, peace, and happiness because you deserve it. Bye.